From a modest upbringing in a small Georgia town where dreams seemed as distant as the Nashville lights, to becoming a cornerstone of country music with timeless hits that echo across generations, Alan Jackson's journey is nothing short of inspirational. Rising from blue-collar roots to sell over 75 million records worldwide, he's captivated millions with his authentic storytelling and heartfelt melodies. With a staggering net worth of $150 million, 2 Grammy Awards, 16 Country Music Association Awards, and 17 Academy of Country Music Awards under his belt, Alan stands as an enduring icon in the world of country. But what hidden struggles and pivotal moments propelled this small-town Southern man from humble beginnings to the pinnacle of fame and fortune? Stick around as we dive deep into the luxurious yet grounded lifestyle that defines Alan Jackson today. As we uncover the layers of Alan's remarkable story, let's start at the very beginning, exploring the foundations that shaped his resilient spirit. Early life and struggles. Born on October 17, 1958, in the quiet town of Newnan, Georgia, Alan Eugene Jackson entered a world far removed from the glitz of stardom. His family embodied the essence of working-class America, with his father, Joseph Eugene Jackson, toiling as a mechanic at a local Ford Motor Company assembly plant, and his mother, Ruth Music Jackson, managing the household as a dedicated homemaker. As the youngest of 5 children, 4 sisters and himself, Alan grew up in a cramped, modest home that his parents had ingeniously built inside an old tool shed to accommodate their growing brood. Space was tight, resources were limited, and luxuries were non-existent, painting a picture of a childhood steeped in simplicity and necessity. The social landscape of rural Georgia in the late 50s and 60s added its own challenges. Newnan was a tight-knit community, but economic hardships were common, with many families scraping by on blue-collar wages amid the broader backdrop of a changing South. Alan's early years were influenced heavily by this environment where hard work wasn't just valued, it was survival. Gospel music became a sanctuary for the family, with young Alan singing hymns in church alongside his siblings. His parents instilled in him a strong sense of faith and perseverance. His father taught him the value of mechanical skills and reliability, while his mother emphasized kindness and family bonds. Mama Ruth, as she was affectionately known, was particularly instrumental in nurturing Alan's love for music, encouraging him to listen to records by legends like Gene Watson and Hank Williams, which sparked his initial interest in country tunes. Despite these supportive elements, Alan faced his share of trials. As a teenager, he dropped out of school to pursue odd jobs, including working in a shoe store and as a car salesman, reflecting the pressure to contribute financially to the household. The lack of formal education could have been a setback, but it fueled his determination. Another poignant challenge came when Alan, at 16, received his first guitar, a $50 instrument bought by his parents, which marked the tentative start of his musical aspirations. Yet self-doubt lingered. He performed in a local country duo, but struggled with the fear of failure in an industry that favored the polished over the raw. The move to Nashville in the mid-'80s with his young wife Denise amplified these difficulties. They arrived with little more than dreams and a beat-up car, facing rejection after rejection in a city overflowing with talent. Alan took a job in the mailroom at the Nashville network to make ends meet, all while honing his songwriting skills in spare moments. These early rejections tested his resolve, but they also built the grit that would later define his career. Through it all, his family's unwavering support, rooted in those Georgia values, kept him grounded, reminding him that true success comes from authenticity, not shortcuts. These formative experiences not only built Alan's character, but also laid the groundwork for his breakthrough in music. Transitioning from those humble roots, let's trace how he turned perseverance into a legendary career. Career journey. Alan Jackson's ascent in country music began modestly, but snowballed into one of the genre's most celebrated trajectories. In 1985, freshly married and armed with ambition, Alan relocated to Nashville, Tennessee, the heart of country music. His first gig wasn't on stage, but in the mailroom of the Nashville network, where he sorted letters while networking in his off hours. This unglamorous start allowed him to absorb the industry's pulse, and soon he landed work as a demo singer, recording tracks for other artists to pitch. It was during this time that he refined his songwriting, blending traditional country with personal narratives that resonated deeply. The pivotal break came in 1989 when Alan signed with Arista Nashville, becoming the label's first country act. His debut album, Here in the Real World, released in 1990, marked his entry into the spotlight. The title track climbed the charts, showcasing his baritone voice and heartfelt lyrics about everyday life. This success set the stage for a string of hits, including I'd Love You All Over Again, which became his first #1 single. By the early 90s, Alan had established himself as a fresh voice in a genre dominated by legends, earning his first Academy of Country Music Award for Top New Male Vocalist. The 90s proved to be Alan's golden era, with albums like A Lot About Livin' and A Little About Love, in 1992 propelling him to superstardom. The infectious Chattahoochee not only topped the charts, but also won him his first Country Music Association Award for Single of the Moke year, capturing the fun-loving spirit of Southern summers. He followed this with Don't Rock the Jukebox, another smash that highlighted his reverence for classic country influences. By mid-decade, Alan's consistency paid off. In 1995, he clinched the coveted Country Music Association Entertainer of the Year award, solidifying his status. His greatest hits collection that same year sold millions, earning him substantial royalties and broadening his fan base. Entering the 2000s, Alan navigated the evolving music landscape with grace. The tragic events of September 11, 2001, inspired Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning, a poignant ballad that earned him his first Grammy for Best Country Song and resonated globally, showcasing his ability to address profound themes. Albums like Drive in 2002 continued his streak, with the title track becoming another #1 hit. Throughout this period, he amassed 17 Academy of Country Music Awards, including multiple Album of the Year honors and 16 Country Music Association Awards, reflecting his peers' respect. Induction into the Grand Ole Opry in 2001 was a dream realized, followed by his enshrinement in the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2017. Alan's career milestones include 35 #1 singles on the Billboard country charts, such as Remember When and It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere with Jimmy Buffett, which crossed over to pop success. He's sold over 75 million records worldwide, generating massive revenue from tours that filled arenas for decades. In recent years, despite health challenges, Alan embarked on farewell tours, culminating in 2025 with his final performances, where he received the inaugural Alan Jackson Lifetime Achievement Award at the Academy of Country Music Awards, a fitting tribute to his enduring impact. Beyond the accolades, Alan's songwriting prowess, penning most of his hits, has been key to his longevity, earning him induction into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame. His collaborations, like with George Strait, and ventures into gospel with albums like Precious Memories, diversified his portfolio. These achievements not only built his fortune, but also cemented his legacy as a bridge between traditional and contemporary country. With such a storied career fueling his success, it's no surprise that Alan has invested in a lifestyle of comfort and elegance. Let's shift our focus to one of the crown jewels of his assets, his impressive real estate holdings, starting with a virtual house tour of his cherished ranch. Real estate, the Brentwood Hilltop Ranch, $21 million. Nestled in the rolling hills of Brentwood, Tennessee, Alan Jackson's flagship residence emerges as a beacon of Southern elegance and refined luxury. A sprawling ranch that harmoniously merges timeless charm with upscale sophistication. Valued at $21 million, This estate transcends mere living quarters. It embodies a serene escape tailored for relaxation amid the whirlwind of a legendary career. Positioned in an exclusive enclave, the ranch affords unparalleled privacy while being conveniently close to Nashville's vibrant energy, offering vast expanses that allow for introspection and cherished moments with loved ones. The primary dwelling boasts generous living spaces crafted for effortless comfort, with fluid designs that promote seamless transitions between indoor areas. At its core lies a fully appointed kitchen, perfect for crafting meals that celebrate heartfelt gatherings and everyday indulgence. Venturing outdoors, the ranch's amenities elevate its allure, featuring a refreshing swimming pool ideal for unwinding on warm days and separate quarters for hosting guests with gracious hospitality. The expansive grounds captivate with meandering trails that weave through thoughtfully maintained landscapes, inviting leisurely strolls and deeper connections with nature. Structures for equestrian pursuits punctuate the property, aligning perfectly with the quintessential country ethos that defines this haven. Within the home, resting areas provide peaceful sanctuaries, arranged to ensure rejuvenating repose after long days. Zones for casual entertainment facilitate intimate assemblies, while practical facilities support the smooth rhythm of daily routines. The ranch's architecture emphasizes enduring utility with integrated storage that enhances organization without compromising aesthetics. Delving deeper into the tour, observe how the ranch weaves in hallmarks of classic Southern design, featuring robust builds that endure seasonal shifts with grace. Facilities for personal wellness encourage active lifestyles, maintaining vitality for ongoing endeavors. As an astute asset, the property's worth continues to grow, representing a wise placement in a diversified holdings. Spaces dedicated to family interactions strengthen relationships, resonating with core values. Additional outbuildings, like barns and auxiliary lodgings, add layers of versatility, supporting hobbies and extended stays. Water features enhance the landscape's tranquility, providing spots for quiet contemplation or recreational activities. The overall layout prioritizes harmony, ensuring every element contributes to a cohesive whole. This $21 million masterpiece truly captures the essence of balanced opulence and rooted authenticity, offering a glimpse into a life where success meets simplicity. From the welcoming entryways to the farthest reaches of the grounds, each aspect invites appreciation for the thoughtful curation behind it. Whether hosting close circles or savoring solitude, the ranch stands as a testament to enduring appeal. As we wrap this virtual exploration, it's evident how such a property anchors a world-class existence. Transitioning from the serenity of his ranch, let's explore another passion that revs up Alan's world: his curated car collection, where each vehicle tells a story of nostalgia and thrill. Car collection. In the world of celebrities, car collections often reflect personal histories, and Alan Jackson's is no exception. A trio of classics that whisper tales of speed, heritage, and heartfelt acquisitions. Starting with the priciest gem, the Shelby GT 500KR convertible stands as the crown of his garage, acquired for $100,000. This powerhouse wasn't just a purchase, it was a nod to Alan's admiration for muscle car legends. He stumbled upon it during a casual auction browse, drawn to its raw energy that mirrored the intensity of his stage performances. Driving it along Tennessee backroads became a ritual, a way to escape the spotlight and reconnect with the simple joys of the open road. Each rev of the engine reminded him of his early days, hustling for gigs in beat-up trucks, making this convertible a symbol of how far he's come. Next in line, valued at $70,000, is the 440 RT Challenger convertible, a beast that captured Alan's heart through a serendipitous encounter at a classic car show. He wasn't actively seeking it, but the moment he sat behind the wheel, memories flooded back of his teenage years tinkering with engines alongside his father. This car became his go-to for weekend cruises with family, turning ordinary drives into adventures filled with laughter and stories. Its presence in the collection isn't about flash. It's about preserving the spirit of American automotive history that Allen holds dear, much like how he preserves traditional country in his music. The Challenger's journeys with him have included charity events, where he's shared its story to inspire others, weaving it into the fabric of his philanthropic efforts. Rounding out the selection at $50,000 is the 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air, a timeless piece that Allen acquired during a reflective phase in his career. This wasn't an impulse buy. It stemmed from a longing to own a slice of the era that influenced his musical roots. He found it restored and ready, evoking images of drive-in theaters and sock hops from his youth. The Bel Air quickly became a family favorite, used for leisurely outings that strengthened bonds with his daughters. Its story intertwines with Allen's own, representing endurance through life's twists, much like his path from small-town obscurity to fame. Together, these three vehicles, arranged from the most valuable to the least, form a narrative of passion, not just possessions, fueling Allen's drive in more ways than one. With these assets adding to his empire, it's clear Allen's financial savvy matches his artistic talent. Let's delve into the sources behind his impressive income and net worth. Income and net worth. Alan Jackson's net worth, estimated at $150 million as of 2025, is a culmination of decades of smart career moves and diversified revenue streams. At the core are his music sales, with over 75 million records sold globally. Albums like A Lot About Livin' and A Little About Love and Drive generated millions through physical copies, digital downloads, and streaming royalties. Songwriting royalties form another pillar. As the pen behind most of his 35 #1 hits, including Livin' on Love and Good Time, Allen earns ongoing payments from radio plays, covers, and licensing deals. These residuals provide a steady passive income, often amounting to several million annually. Touring has been a massive earner, with his arena-filling shows grossing tens of millions per cycle. The Last Call, One More for the Road tour, wrapping in 2025, alone contributed substantially, with ticket sales and merchandise pushing revenues into the 8 figures. Endorsements and partnerships add layers. Collaborations with brands like Ford Trucks and his own line of merchandise tap into his authentic image, yielding endorsement deals worth millions. Real estate investments bolster his wealth. Properties like his Tennessee ranch appreciate, providing capital gains upon sales or rentals. Past ventures, such as his stake in music publishing, have yielded dividends, while gospel albums like Precious Memories opened niche markets. Annual income fluctuates but averages around $10 to $15 million, peaking during active touring years. In retirement phases, royalties and investments sustain him comfortably. Philanthropy tempers his fortune. Donations to causes like disaster relief and music education reflect his giving nature, though they don't diminish his net worth significantly. Compared to peers, Allen's conservative approach, avoiding flashy ventures, has preserved his assets. His net worth breakdown includes roughly 60% from music-related earnings, 20% from real estate, and the rest from endorsements and investments. This financial stability allows for a legacy-focused life, ensuring security for generations. Beyond the numbers, Allen's wealth is intertwined with his personal world, where family remains the true treasure. Let's turn to the heartfelt side of his story, his relationships and community ties. Personal life. Alan Jackson's personal life is a beautiful tapestry of enduring love, family milestones, and quiet resilience, adding a relatable depth to his public persona. At its center is his wife, Denise Jackson, whom he met as a teenager in a Dairy Queen in Newnan, Georgia. They tied the knot in 1979 in a simple ceremony that mirrored their humble beginnings, embarking on a partnership that has weathered storms and celebrated joys. Together, they welcomed 3 daughters: Mattie Denise in 1990, Alexandra Ali Jane in 1993, and Danny Grace in 1997. Parenthood brought profound fulfillment. Alan often speaks of the pride in watching his girls grow, from Mattie's wedding to Ali's motherhood, which made him a grandfather in 2022 with the birth of his grandson. These family milestones, like holiday gatherings at their ranch, underscore the grounded values he instills, reflecting the stability he brings to his music. Yet their journey hasn't been without challenges. In 1997, the couple separated amid allegations of Alan's infidelity, a scandal that rocked their world and made headlines. Alan publicly acknowledged his mistakes, and through counseling and faith, they reconciled in 1998, emerging stronger. Denise's battle with colorectal cancer in 2010 was another trial. Alan stood by her side, drawing from the experience to write songs that touched on vulnerability. More recently, Alan's own health struggles with Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, a neurological condition affecting balance, have been met with family support, highlighting their unbreakable bond. Controversies, like rumors of parenting styles clashing with modern views, have surfaced. Alan has emphasized raising his children with traditional Southern principles, steering clear of certain contemporary themes, but he's addressed them with humility, focusing on love over conflict. Community involvement further enriches Alan's life. He's actively supported organizations like the Red Cross for disaster relief and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, earning honors for his humanitarian efforts. His faith-based initiatives, including gospel music releases, tie into cultural roots, earning him respect beyond entertainment. This personal sphere mirrors the authenticity in his work. Songs like Small Town Southern Man echo his family-oriented ethos. Through it all, Alan remains heartfelt and respectful, proving that true richness lies in relationships. As we wrap up this glimpse into Alan Jackson's extraordinary lifestyle, remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed the tour, subscribe for more celeb spotlights, and check out our other videos on country legends.